Okay, well, think of yourself surrounded by enemies. You know, would you choose to fight or would you choose to run? Ultimately, the choice is up to you. My quote is by Kitman, which states, "If God wanted us to be brave, why did He give us legs?" Well, I'm going to try to explain this, why you have a choice. You know, I would like to add that God also gave us a choice. So I'd like to explain this to a couple of my experiences that I had in the military, mostly airborne experience. Now, one time I was the #1 jumper in a plane. What this person does is as soon as you get ready, 5 minutes out to your drop zone, you're standing outside, right next to, in front of the door. You're looking outside, you're watching the sky go by, the trees go by, the ground, everything, right? I'm afraid of heights, so to me that was the scary part. Now, I had the choice to either jump or to not jump. Ultimately, it was my call, but I had Steinery, which is a marker that tells all my company, all my fellow soldiers, hey, this is where we're setting up, this is where we're gonna be, this is where we're gonna meet up. Now, if I didn't jump, that would, you know, cause a little bit of chaos because people wouldn't know where to go, or, you know, people would be lost. Now, in contrast, if I did jump, you know, I would be helping out my fellow soldiers. You know, I would let them know, hey, this is where we are, we're gonna accomplish the mission. So, I had the choice to either jump or not jump. For me, I had to jump because all my fellow soldiers are depending on me. So I gotta make sure that I get out there, I gotta set up and make sure that, you know, everybody comes together and we accomplish the mission. So to me, it was life and death. At times, you know, I took it that way, even though it was training, I took it as life and death. And if I didn't jump, I would have been failing everybody. So I believe that God gave us a choice to be brave. Yes, He did give us legs, you know, it's up to you whether you stand and fight or whether you don't. So ultimately, it's up to us to decide what that fate will be.
All right, Jose, I like the visualization. I thought that you maybe step on the humor in the quote a little bit by rushing it, and I think that you miss an opportunity there. I do think your goal was relatively clear. There's not really a structure for you to set up. You've got basically one illustration that you're going to talk about for the presentation. However, you did do a nice job providing us with some details on that particular illustration and giving us a chance to sort of feel the way you see that subject. See, I thought that when it comes to purpose and involvement, you did a nice job because of the intensity with which you described your personal feelings there, and I think you usually, with your body, communicate some of those ideas pretty effectively. Your voice did a good job on that also. I think you do rush a little bit through the presentation, and that's the one thing that I think is a little bit problematic, but there's good inflection while you're speaking. You can maybe be a little bit more animated with your facial expressions, but I thought that you really suggested that you were into the presentation based on the way you stood, the way you stepped forward to emphasize a particular idea. The gestures were limited, but they were effectively used as indicators in a couple of places. I did think that the conclusion of the speech came up a little quickly. I was, it's kind of expecting that there would be some additional illustrations, but the one nice thing here, and it does always leave a good impression, is once you've made your idea clear and you know that that's as much as you have to say about it, you don't linger on it, you just find a reasonable exit spot, and that I think is probably a good choice in a lot of circumstances. All right, thank you.